Okay, today, let's talk about the Brooklyn April sales report and what's going on. As you can imagine, we are in a lockdown period in New York City. So, sales, new contracts, closings, listing inventory, all is down. Pricing is slightly a different story in Brooklyn. If you watched my previous videos, just went through the 10-year report for Manhattan, the 10-year report for Brooklyn, and 10-year report for Long Island City and Queens. And Brooklyn has done really well over the past 10 years. And even though we've seen a lot of downward price pressure in Manhattan over the past couple of years, Brooklyn has continued to do pretty well. It has slowed down relative to how it has done in years prior, but compared to Manhattan, Brooklyn is still a good bet. So without any more, let me take you to the report, and I'll just show you a few interesting things here. So this is the Brooklyn Monthly Snapshot. And so April 2020, sales decreased by 71% compared to last year and fell to the lowest figure in over 10 years. Days on market increased 46% to 131 days on average. And new listed apartment inventory fell by 81% compared to last year. And that's the lowest figure in 7 years. So this all makes sense, right? Because why list something if it can't be shown or if it's very difficult to be shown? But this is all interesting. So, and I'm going to take you through it because it's a little complex. Average sale price was essentially unchanged versus last month and last year in Brooklyn. But median sale price fell 9% as the market share of sales under 1 million increased. At the same time, the market shares of sales over $3 million fell year over year. Okay, so there were more sales in the sub $1 million market and fewer sales in the above $3 million market. Average price per square foot rose 6% compared to last year, an increase exaggerated by a low April 2019 figure due to larger share of sales occurring in Bed-Stuy. So the difference from last ask to sale at negative 2.5% was nearly unchanged compared to last year. So just that average price per square foot rose 6% compared to last year, an increase exaggerated by April 2019 figures due to a larger share of sales occurring in Bed-Stuy. In Bed-Stuy, you are seeing a lot of low price per square foot deals because people are buying townhouses out there, and you can get, a 2,500 square foot townhouse or 3,000 square foot townhouse for, under $1.5 million, right? I mean, there's a wide variation, and it depends on which part, whether you're in North Bed-Stuy along the JZ line, or whether you're in South Bed-Stuy along the AC line, where it's more expensive, or you're in central no man's land, where it's probably the cheapest. So with that in mind, let's look at the average sale price. Okay, 1% change for Brooklyn as a market overall, up. Median sale price is down 9%. We talked about that. There were a lot more sales on the low end out in Brooklyn than there were on the high end, and that brings the median down. But overall, pricing wise, 1% is, in this market in April, you're doing pretty good in Brooklyn. So keep going. Average price per square foot is up 6%. We just talked about that. The difference from last ask to sale is down negative 2.5%. In Manhattan, those numbers were down 4.5% between last ask and sale. So overall, Brooklyn continues to outperform Manhattan than just in terms of pricing and numbers. So this is kind of, I won't say it's exactly what I expected, but I have actually heard about multiple offer situations. There's an agent in my office, Holly Sose, is a great agent, and she was talking about there being multiple offers on properties in Brooklyn right now, or very recently, and that market activity is pretty, especially on the pricing side, is pretty resilient. There's a lot of demand, and I have to wonder if some demand is also going to move out to Brooklyn and Queens, where you can find more affordable single and two-family homes, where you have a direct entrance from the street, right? So you don't have to go into a high rise, get in an elevator, deal with all the things that come with in a post-COVID world with big buildings. And I know that I have a place in Gramercy, a duplex 4-bedroom, and I had somebody ask about it who wanted to get out of the high rise that he was in. He's a venture capital guy, and he wants to have the whole building for himself and his daughter, who's running another place. So he was trying to take one apartment on the 3rd floor and one apartment on the 1st and 2nd floors, and take the middle apartment too, just so that they don't have any neighbors and don't have to worry about that stuff. This is real things that are happening right now in the market. So Brooklyn represents a really good opportunity for people to kind of do a stay in the city, but still have like their own space, right? And I also did a study, and in a video previous, if you scroll down, you'll find it. It's the study of what happened after the 1918 flu pandemic, the Spanish flu pandemic. And what we found was there was a lot of growth in New York City at that time for immigration reasons and all different kinds of reasons. But we saw the population in Manhattan decline over a period of years, where we saw at the same time, the population greatly increase in Brooklyn and Queens. So I have the feeling you're going to see a little bit of that now too. You're going to see some people kind of leave some of the super urban dense population of Manhattan for the slightly less populated Brooklyn, and probably also the nearby suburbs as well. So just if that's interesting to you, check out the other video that I have on that. I thought it was very interesting looking at that pandemic and just thinking about it in terms like today. So that's my thoughts on the Brooklyn market and a little snapshot. You can get the report from me, or I will be posting it on my website, I'm sure, as well. Okay, stay safe, stay distanced, get some sunshine.